Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Good evening.
Oh, you gentlemen all look unusually focused.
It's not Sunday. We're not drunk.
Saturday or Friday. Although, to be fair, on Friday I was mostly sleepy rather than drunk.
Hey, there's Megan.
Hey, Meg.
Gary.
Hero Gary.
Gary.
Going to be talking about Gary in a little bit.
Richard. Richard from Eastry.
I presume you're referring there, Alan, to why are we on a Tuesday?
Yeah, I think he's W. What's that? What's WTF an abbreviation for, James?
What the frack?
Flip.
What the Friday?
What the fox?
Well, because people keep saying to us, "See you next Tuesday," and that's why we're here now.
Hey, everybody! Oh, I recognise that picture.
My hat's all squint. There we go.
Hey, Christoph.
Evening,
So sorry we didn't get to see you on Sunday morning for breakfast. Don't know where you disappeared to. We hoped that you weren't floating in the canal. We assumed that you were okay.
You were not the only one who went missing Sunday morning.
Yeah, quite a few people went missing Sunday morning, and I wish I was one of them. Sadly, I wasn't.
Yeah. So Alan's watching us. Alan, just something for you. I know that you weren't able to join us on Saturday night. We were terribly sorry to miss you. I did have this to give you, something that you've won previously. But worry ye not, Alan, because happy me, on Saturday, someone gave me this.
Who gave you that, James?
Oh, I think it was Gary who gave me that. But don't worry, someone else gave me this.
Oh, wow, the official Riker's Beard An Evening with John Barrowman CD.
And let's not forget, I've also got this.
I believe the CD is called Music to Smush By, is the title of the album.
No, it's John Barrowman, Another Shoe.
Is smush an urban... I don't want to know what smush means.
You obviously don't watch enough Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Your camera's not working, Dan.
Yeah, why are you not present, Mason?
Hello.
Now we're in a position here where we have to figure out where to start. I mean, where do we start?
Well, I have a good way to where to start. Let's cast our mind back to when the planning for RikerCon happened, all the way back about 4 or 5 months ago. Let's have that one of those effects. I know.
Do we have one of those effects?
Well, I'll see if I can find one.
I know, boys. We should host our own convention. We should win our own. We should win our own quiz, and we should win all the awards.
We did do rather well, didn't we?
No, we didn't judge either of those events. So, yeah.
No, that's true.
It's a more ridiculous thing. We did our own event and then won most stuff.
If I might say, I'd like to start by saying thank you to a few people, and I'd like to have a serious note here. First and foremost, thank you so much to Gary for his help in transporting the set there, dismantling it, building it. Basically, it wouldn't have happened without you, Gary. And I just can't even say how much we really appreciated not just your work and your effort, but your company. You're a fine fellow to be around. And I think all of us now would like to show our appreciation and light our Gary beacons. Now, this is Gary has a 3D printer, and he made these. And they're absolutely incredible. I mean, look at that.
Yes,
he made some other things which we'll move on to, but these he made as a gift for us. I'm so incredibly humbled and touched. I've been trying to think of an adequate gift to give you in return. I've not been able to think of anything that's adequate. But when I will do, you will receive one, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for being you.
Mm.
Wow. Indeed. Yes, it was RikerCon at the weekend, amongst other stuff. What a time was had.
What a splendid time was had by all.
Yes. I won at golf.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't think you did.
I think I did.
You won the golf.
I think you'll find that Team North won the golf.
Don't think you did.
I was on your team and scored better than you.
No, you didn't.
You hit the ball lots of times, didn't you? You scored maximum points.
Excuse me. At least my team didn't miss out holes on purpose.
You're right, Dan.
We played so well, we didn't need to play all the holes.
No, you did win. No, Dan did score the most points. He did win the golf.
I had a golf racket and everything. Silence, Victoria.
So where are we going to start? Are we going to start at the beginning of the evening, work our way through? Are we going to tell watchers this evening what it was about, in case they didn't actually know it was happening? How are we going to do this?
I think we talk about the evening. I think there's been enough talking about what's going to happen.
Richard, right. So let's start with the charity auction. So
Charity auction.
Cheerio.
So Richard bid for and won the gold mail-on freighter.
We did.
Now the proud owner of.
For £20 to go to the Oasis Domestic Abuse Charity.
Was that £200?
Sorry, say that again?
£200, you say?
400 what?
£400.
Wait,
I believe I was the auctioneer and it started at
Incredibly
5.
generous.
Put your hands up for 500.
So we've
£500.
£500.
Richard, it was an absolute pleasure to spend some time in your company and speak to you. And thank you so much for bidding on this and for winning it. Please ping us a message via the show, Facebook, whatever, with your address, and I shall post it to you. I'm happy to pay for the cost of the postage for your donation. Thank you so much.
James, please tell us someone got that
magical
shot on video.
James, you're not the only one who got a hole in one.
Yeah, but did you have a child on your shoulders at the time?
He may not be the only one that got a hole in one, Dan, but he's the only one that actually hit it once to get the hole in one. So continuing on with the auction, what else did you chaps take home? Because this is I'm going to stick with Mina. So this is the piece I took home. So I won the Star Trek Encyclopedia, which I'm absolutely thrilled to have won because the manager of the hotel, Jamie Porter, friend of the show, who lets us have RikerCon, actually bought this encyclopedia for me as a gift. I think it was either for my 16th or 17th birthday when we shared a house together in Garlinge many years ago. And I'd lost it, so I'm really pleased to get it back. And it brings back wonderful memories of our friendship. He is one of my oldest friends, Jamie, so I was absolutely thrilled to get this. This is the 1994 edition, so this is the same edition that Jamie would have bought me, and I'm absolutely thrilled to get that. Yeah.
Lovely condition as well, by the look of it.
No, but but
Decent condition.
It's not been left out in the sun. Not been left out in the sun.
I mean, I would like to say that the auctioneer was a very fair person who made sure that everybody had something that they wanted. I think that's a fair way to describe the auctioneer.
That's your way of saying you picked people that were going to buy things and gave them no choice.
Yes.
And I matched them up with things they wanted.
Now, not at the auction.
Oh, God. Not this again.
Stolen. I've got Gary's probe.
Where's his hat?
Yes,
He's
we know
got
where the hat is.
Now, friend of the show, Gary O'Brien, said I could have this, and I don't care how drunk he was. So this is the probe that was used officially from his film, which is very dear to him. and it's got a scroll in it and everything. We'll probably do that for a collectible. We'll save that for a collectible when we've run out of stuff to do, because this is, as you guys know, I like collecting items that are unique.
Okay,
You know,
so let's have a look. James, what did you win at the auction?
I didn't buy anything in the auction.
Oh no, you were my glamorous assistant. Carl, did you buy anything at the auction?
I did. I got the Star Trek: The Next Generation Technical Journal.
I've not seen one of them before.
Lovely thing. I'll show it in a bit more detail shortly.
Okay.
I enjoyed flipping through that, Carl, and seeing all the adverts from 1991 for the merch you could buy at the time.
Yeah.
And it all came flooding back.
Absolutely. No, it's great.
Ooh, one of us is feeding back.
Hello.
Sorry.
Right, so let's have a look what else we bought. Was it? Oh, so it's not James that's feeding back.
Are we going to address some elephants in the room yet?
Oh, yeah, Carol got a wonderful hoodie.
No, Carol's.
Carol, it was John who got the hoodie.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
John got a jacket that didn't fit. No, it did. Somehow it did fit him. How did he get that over his shoulders? That was
This was
literally
the
a little
awful thing that we
three-year-old
got in the
hoodie.
Wish Challenge. One of the
So
many
the-
items I donated so I could get rid of it.
Our feedback is coming back from Sir Richard, as I've just ascertained by a muting of mics in order.
Oh.
I can't hear any feedback.
You are repeating and echoing.
I am. Would you like me to go away and come back again?
Yes, please.
Hang on.
Right, so let's have a look at some of these.
You make him
comments.
sound like a fairy godmother disappearing.
Let's have a look at the comments in the thing while Richard's run away. Megan has caught the Rona.
Oh, Megan.
Is this any better?
Corona.
Yes, I think it seems to have stopped it.
Yeah, much better. Christoph ran to get a train.
Good for you, Christoph. In this country, we run for trains because they're completely unpredictable. We had this conversation, didn't we, about the unpredictable trains and buses?
Just like the Royal Mail.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Daniel, another gentleman, it was a fine pleasure to make acquaintance of at the weekend. That's what this event was about. It was meeting and making friends. It was fantastic.
And we would have had many more people come and be friends with us if there hadn't been a wretched rail strike.
Yes. Yeah, that was a shame. Again, this last year when we did the same thing, there was they were stopped. But yeah, there we are.
If only there was a reliable form of transport you could, I don't know, get into and make your way somewhere without striking people, affecting your ability to move.
Well, I think we'll most likely do the Rykercon again next year, but I think we need to arrange some sort of Let's Talk Trek meetup that's possibly a bit more centralised, because it was so nice to see you all, and I'd like to see more of you, all of you.
Is that what's known as product placement, Mason?
I'd just like to say a big thank you to our friends at Jack Daniels for pre-mixing. James, I will double whatever we made for charity if you drink that now.
What, that bottle that's 30 years old? I don't think so.
I will double whatever we raised for charity that night.
No. What is it with you? Always trying to get me drunk. What is your plan?
To take advantage.
You don't want to know that, James. You really don't want to know that.
This guy, where is he? This guy, in the middle of Rykercon produces a pint, not just a small drink, but a pint of some concoction that he's made the bar staff put together. A whole pint.
And it didn't look like a good pint.
Someone did drink it.
It was nothing like a good pint. That's right.
Who was it that drank it? Someone drank it.
It had
Someone tried it.
I think it's Mark Cotham, to be honest.
Could have been Mark. Could have been Mark.
Zero.
It definitely had Sambuca tequila, red wine, one of each of the
Tango.
one of each of the soft drinks.
Stefania, we did, but we missed you. Please come to the next one.
Jägermeister.
Well, we could. I mean,
What's
we
this?
used to do the watch-alongs, didn't we? Where everyone was invited on. We could do another watch-along with everyone invited. That'd be quite nice. Have a little chat before and a little chat after an episode. That
it's been a while since we've done a watch-along.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Talking of watch-alongs, that leads us very nicely into one of the things that happened at RikerCon.
So yes, we had the first ever annual short film competition, and we had Well, I'll explain the cat. First of all, it was the film could be no more than 2 minutes long, could cost no more than £10, and it had to be vaguely Star Trek related.
Yeah.
Up for grabs and judged unfairly by independent filmmaker Gary O'Brien. We had Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Special Effects, and Best Music Score. Do we want to reveal the entries or play the entries first?
Play the entries.
Okay,
Well,
which
four
one?
entries in total, which means up to 8 minutes.
Okay, so
This is going to end up being like a flashback show, isn't it?
So if you didn't get to come to RikerCon, this is what you missed.
The first entry is from friend of the show, Alan Window, and he went for a documentary film, I suppose, a review of an episode. So enjoy.
Welcome to Why Let That Be Your Last Battlefield is the best Star Trek episode ever. Written by the great Gene L. Coon. In fact, it was his last episode, and starred Lou Antonio and the great Frank Gorshin, famous of course for The Riddler and other parts. Filmed in '68, broadcast in '69. Love the filming tricks in this. The use of Bell's totally invisible spacecraft. No need for graphics or models. The Chiron natives all wearing gloves. No need for makeup. Using stock film of rioting and war just to pad out the running times when it was too short. It simply was the best Star Trek polemic against racism. It was criticised as being heavy-handed, but remember when it was released. Martin Luther King had been murdered the year before, and race riots had been continuing since. The Watts riots were 4 years before, and had been continuing yearly since then. The Jim Crow laws, those laws that instituted racism in America, had only been stopped federally 4 years, still took decades to get rid of them. And remember, Chiron was in the southernmost part of the galaxy, one could say the Deep South. And I give you this quote, these quotes, to prove my point. You're dead, you half-white. I'll take you with me, half-black. Cheers. Let's make ourselves some champagne.
Well, sadly, that didn't win any awards on the evening, but certainly I think it deserves an honourable mention because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was very good.
I think it deserves a copy of this.
He's now the proud owner of 2.
We liked it. We didn't want. You don't want to punish him.
So, next up, shall we see the Trekkie Girls entry?
Indeed.
Yes, let's.
Oh, hi there. I'm Trekkie Girl Sam, an unpaid Star Trek shill from the internet. You may remember me from YouTube videos, Star Trek conventions, and Chris Pine's restraining order. As a stay-at-home mum, I have a lot of spare time to do shopping. I want to share with you my latest purchase, this lovely The Enterprise's Landing t-shirt as part of Star Trek's 56th anniversary. I also bought the die-cut sticker, but that seems to have got lost in a transporter accident. No idea where that went. Now, Star Trek have been getting a lot of backlash against this Enterprise is landing campaign because a lot of fans are saying, well, the Enterprise doesn't land. And I say to those fans, can you truly call yourselves Nicki Minaj fans? As for those of you that say the Enterprise can't even land, well, how do you know? Lieutenant Ortigas is an amazing pilot. It might be that the Enterprise has landed plenty in Strange New Worlds. You just don't know because Paramount Plus has only just came out in your region. If you want your own Star Trek Enterprise's landing t-shirt, you can find them on StarTrek.com's website in all the standard male fits. This is not a paid for ad. It's not paid for. I bought this myself.
I thought that was superb.
Again, sadly, on the evening, no awards picked up there.
No awards. No.
Who couldn't be there.
Sam, if you want, I can put you in touch with the merchandising manager for StarTrek.com, who I'm sure would love to see you at for that.
So next up we have, I guess, the film that came in second place. This one picked up the award for best score, best music, as it was the only one that had music. And it picked up the best actor award. So this is the award that I picked up for best score for composing and performing the soundtrack to the current film, which I'm very proud of. And that's James's smaller one for the best actor award, which I think was very well deserved.
Tell me, how many lights do you see?
There are 4 lights!
What are the Federation defense plans for Minas Kova?
What lights?
What a charming image. The Picard family sat around the family tree in song at Christmas.
Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines, ding dang dong.
Quickly now. The guards are coming to take you away. There's nothing I can do to stop them. How many lights do you see?
There are 4 lights!
Powerful stuff, doesn't it?
That moved me. Every time I see that performance, James, it makes me emotional. There's no.
Special thank you to the Teaspoon, I think, for the standout performance as prosthetics. There was no award for prosthetics, but
Yeah.
I would have taken it for sure.
Yeah. Cal wants to know why there was no Best Actress award as Shirley Salmon.
Our awards are
don't do-
gender neutral.
Yeah, it's actor. You know, if you consider yourself an actress, that's great. But we consider her to be an actor. So, so finally, we have the film that took away not just the best picture, but the best special effects. And thank you so much, and thank you. So here we go for the Rikicon Film Festival, crème de la crème of 2 minutes of entertainment.
Grant me my ceremonial dagger so I may kill myself as I am paralyzed.
No, if you're going to kill yourself, I'm not going to help you.
But it is the way of honor. Oh, science fiction magic! My back has been fixed. I am much better now. Thank you. I did not have to kill myself. What a life lesson I have learned.
Now, sadly, I've got some bad news. Dan assumed that he had won the award for Best Picture and for Best Special Effects. However, the rules were that the film could be no longer than 2 minutes.
Which is correct.
Dan's entry was 2 minutes and 13 seconds long.
Foul play.
2 minutes and 13 seconds long.
You let that
I'm
mariachi
very
go
sorry
on
to say
far
this.
too long.
Very sorry to say this, Dan, but I'm afraid you have been stripped of your awards, and they'll go where they're most deserved. That's right, Alan. They're coming your way. Well done, sir.
No, I object and want to have a discussion with the Academy, please. I am.
You've already had the discussion. Sorry, chap, you're wrong.
Gosh, there's
You
no
broke the rules, man.
justice, is
The
there,
rules are
Dan?
there for a reason. If we stop,
Keep my name out of your mouth.
Moving on, that was the first annual RikerCon. We really hope we'll have some more admissions with exactly the same rules next year, because I think that was really good fun. James and I certainly enjoyed making it, and I really enjoyed watching everyone's entries. I'd like to see more people's entries next year. I want to see as many entries as I can at next year's RikerCon. So there we are.
Assuming there is a next year's RikerCon, we'll see.
I think there will be a RikerCon next year. It may not necessarily be exactly the same place or the same format with the same people, and it might not be called RikerCon. But I think there will be
a Star Wars convention in Cleethorpes.
So let me see. That's right. I've got about a year to hassle the Akudas and Doug to help me with my video. Okay, that's cool. I can do this.
Right. What else happened at RikerCon? Carl, I believe you have some videotape to play. Well, I'll let James introduce what transpired, and then Carl can play the videotape.
Well, would you like the introduction to the trial?
So the trial of Catherine Janeway. So this was our kangaroo court, where a famous Star Trek personality was placed on trial for an offence, and in this particular occasion, we chose Catherine Janeway for her participation in the extinction of Tuvix. So this is the introduction to the trial, is it?
It is, yes. It is about 4 minutes, but it's well worth it. It's a good 4 minutes.
Let's have a look at Roll VT.
All rise for His Honour, Judge Mason.
Apologies that the video sways around a little. I'm still getting used to using the gimbal.
You were shit.
May it please Your Honour.
Yeah, there's that as well.
This evening concerns Captain Catherine Janeway.
Knocking the button that moves it around.
The charge presented to you this evening, Your Honour, is that Captain Janeway did
I feel seasick.
cause the murder of Tuvix in the Delta Quadrant. My learned friend Captain Ashby appears on behalf of the prosecution. I, Captain Dillon, appear on behalf of the defence. I turn over now to Captain Ashby for his opening submission to the court.
It's a really good court. Your Honour, I would like to
A lot of drinking in this courtroom.
my statement by establishing
Look how small Richard looks compared to Carl.
He's on a high stool.
and to establish the facts I will bring before you an expert.
No,
And
Christoph.
the expert will establish the facts. And they will be agreed upon. Beyond a shadow of doubt. Unless, of course, you had the fish.
Look at Captain Janeway there. Butter wouldn't melt, would it?
Well, I'd like to start with my opening submissions then. We begin with this. I call my first witness, Captain Catherine Janeway. Please stand, Captain Janeway.
Now you see, James, that was your fatal mistake.
Do you
It
recognise
really
I'll
was.
call the defendant to give
the
evidence.
individual I'm going
Yeah,
to show you on the
I
screen?
won't do that again.
Nope.
Yes.
Who is this individual? Very good. That's the correct answer. Do you recognise this individual?
I do, yes.
Who is it? Very good. Are these two individuals alive?
Yes.
Very good. Were they alive before Tuvix came into existence?
Yes.
Were they alive after Tuvix ceased to exist?
No.
Very well. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
Objection!
I'll ask you the question again.
Objection! Leading!
Sustained.
Very well, we'll move on. Do you recognise this individual?
Yes.
Which one are you looking at?
Me.
Very good. Do you recognise the chap behind you?
One of them, yeah. The other two, no.
The individual directly behind you, Captain, who is that?
Over your right.
Tuvix.
Very well. Who was Tuvix?
Who's Tuvok and Neelix.
Very well. And we've established, have we not, that both Tuvok and Neelix were alive before Tuvix, and then you got a bit confused when I asked you if they were alive afterward. Perhaps we could revisit that. Are they alive now, yes or no?
No. Yes.
Objection!
Yes, they're alive.
Very well. Very
Leading
well.
question.
Sustained.
Okay. Let me help you with this image.
Okay.
Do you recognise these two people?
Yes.
Very well. Who are they?
That's Neelix and Tuvok.
Okay. So we've established they're alive now. They were alive
I
before.
think you should have some more gin.
And we've established that they were a melding into a gestalt entity called Tuvix.
Yes.
Very well. No further questions from the defence. I turn him over to the prosecution.
Well, James.
He can feel his career going down the drain. Look at the poor man's face.
I mean, did I actually need to do anything after that to win?
No. However, you did, as I recall, you did give us quite a hearty closing statement. Would
I don't
people
recall.
care to see Richard's closing statement?
I would like to, so I can't remember it.
Oh,
Very
it was
well.
impassioned.
I think it was probably
extremely
awesome.
passionate.
Yeah.
Here we go then. So we will now see Richard's closing statement.
Murder was committed. Murder most horrid. We're not here to establish ethics. We're here to establish facts. A person, an entity, was murdered by Captain Catherine Janeway. Was she correct to do it? That is not up to me. I do not have the moral substance or fibre to make that call. I'm interested in the facts of the case, that a murder was committed. And I will take you back now to the Wrath of Khan, where Spock, and I would invite everyone in this room here to tell me if I'm wrong, he made a choice to sacrifice himself because the needs of the many outweighed the needs of the few. He made that choice. The choice was not made for him. He made the choice and him alone. He gave his life so others might live and died a hero. Murder most horrid, was not committed. In this instance, it was.
Very passionate, Richard. Very passionate indeed.
I find it difficult to argue with that. That was pretty passionate. No recollection of it. It was pretty good, though.
I've seen worse advocates in my court, Richard.
So have I.
Right. So let us just ascertain. Janeway was
Found guilty.
That's correct. I ruled her guilty.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Correctly so,
Well,
because you're not insane.
Judith would have liked to have been there to give a closing argument for Janeway.
And why
I'm
was
sure-
James, as a legal professional, why did I rule that Janeway was guilty?
Because you've been bribed by the prosecution.
What do you base that on,
Evidence
James?
for which I produced in my closing submissions.
The fact
don't
that there was a
recall
photo
seeing-
of you slipping the judge a £20 note.
I don't recall seeing any such evidence. Certainly it wasn't in the video we just saw, was it?
No. I think I ruled it on the fact that the question was Catherine Janeway responsible for the death of Tuvix?
No, the question was whether she was responsible for the murder of Tuvix.
Yes.
Yes, she was. Tuvix begged for his life, and she callously said no and split Tuvix into two.
She murdered
separate
him.
deeds. She murdered him.
Yeah. Whether she was right or wrong to do so is another argument. We wanted to establish whether or not she was guilty of the murder, and this was cut out of the film that Carl showed. But the basis of my argument was this: in this country that we live in, if someone is sentenced to murder, we don't reduce their sentence if they donate a kidney. They've still murdered someone. You know, just because if they then say, "Well, I'm going to dedicate my life to being an emergency responder to make up for it and save more lives," that doesn't acquit them of their guilt. They still murdered someone. And luckily, the judge was not insane, and I was found to be correct.
Well, there you have it.
Defeated by a drunken person and a judge who was completely fair.
Defeated by
I'm
the
intrigued to know what Judith's argument would have been.
Well, anyway, she was guilty, and I did issue a sentence. First of all, I issued her to go and spend the rest of her life in Rura Pente. But then I decided that was a harsh sentence because it would be barbaric and slow and lingering death, and it would be much easier to take her to an airlock and just blast her into space. So that's what we went with.
Fair.
It's cheaper overall as well.
Fair.
Yes.
I mean, you've people who were watching who couldn't attend. We're very sad you couldn't attend, but you've seen just a snippet of the fun that was had. I mean, I don't remember much about it, but I think karaoke was had. I think I got my guitar out at some point.
You did. I do have videos of such things, but
James-
not all of them are processed ready. However, I do have one absolute golden nugget that I have managed to process in time for this evening.
This is James's press-up challenge.
This is an absolutely beautiful duet that was performed on our karaoke.
I am the very model of a Monday general. I mean, vegetable and the mineral. I know the king's living in a quite the historical from Marathon to all the categorical. I'm very well acquainted to the thousand matches and has no magic. And some is I'm number 3 and lots of news with major facts about the square and the hypotenuse. With major facts about the square and the hypotenuse. I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of the shorter matters, vegetable and animal and mineral. I'm every model of the modern major general. Shorter matters, vegetable and animal and he is the very model of the world.
There's a drinking game in that.
I'm not sure Dan's microphones have ever taken such abuse.
Your culture.
I seem to remember.
Pinafore.
I seem to remember that our friend Mark did a fantastic rendition of Tequila.
Yeah, I remember being his backing dancer for that.
Yes. Richard did Tenacious D tribute live with his guitar.
I do have a recording of that.
Yes. But forgot most of the words.
And there's a lot of chords to that as well. I don't know, so I might have made them up.
Here we go.
Yeah, but if they'd have sentenced her, they would have got home quicker. Because someone else would have been in charge.
Well, Judith, you didn't come, so therefore I had to do the defence, and therefore that's the price you pay.
The hotel had so many stairs that I was debating. Actually,
There were a lot of stairs in that hotel.
Thankfully,
we had a transporter.
Oh, Carl, do we have the video that we put in our group chat about the hotel room?
Not handy.
I'm sure you can find it.
You mean the lovely hotel rooms that were given to us by friend of the show, Jamie Porter, who runs the hotel, that we're very grateful to.
We are very grateful for. I did pay for mine, so it wasn't actually given to me, but yeah. Lovely.
You had it at a special discount.
But I managed to swing a mattress in the boiler room.
Now I'm going to bring up the image. So when I made the booking with the booking service for the room, I specifically said I would like I said that Carl was coming, so can we have the room with 2 beds? And they were like, of course. And to my shock and horror, this was the bed that I was what's the word, Carl? Presented with. Now you may notice that
not everyone got one of those for free.
That looks a lot nicer than my bed.
And
my bed,
you were lucky to have that in your room.
Yes, so we then decided we had to go and find the second bed, because obviously it must have been there. We obviously just missed it. And we did find the second bed. And I'm just going to find a video of the second bed.
Was Vicky's the room that had the jacuzzi?
Rich's is the room that had a servant's quarters.
Vicky had a jacuzzi and we didn't know.
So here's the video of us finding the other bed.
Yeah, I think you've done well there. I mean, I had to make do with only 2 dressing tables, and I think, if I remember rightly, only 1 settee, didn't I, James?
Yeah, and the monorail to get from one side to the other.
And the 4-poster bed.
And the 4-poster bed, yeah.
And you only had 2 windows that were only overlooking the harbour.
3, I think it was 3, actually.
Oh,
I had
3
views.
Oh,
I had 3 views of the harbour, yeah.
Mm.
But do you have 2 Oscar awards? No, I do.
No, I don't. And you have none, because yours has been stripped for breaking the rules.
I disagree with the stripping and wait for the decision.
Obviously, if I'd have been stripped, then I'd disagree as well, but the facts are facts.
I await the decision of the Academy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so have we got any more VT or pictures from RikerCon, Carl?
I've not been able to extract any more as yet, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, I think we've seen ample.
I think we've
certainly seen enough to show how much of a good time everybody had.
And it cost you nothing to attend RikerCon. It was all free.
Even the entertainment, such as it was.
Yes, can we summon up a still for, or just a clip of the trial again? Just any image, freeze it.
One moment.
Yes, now look how good the bridge looks there. Doesn't it look fantastic?
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Although it does show us basically drinking on the bridge. So, James, the question is, How much did we raise? That's the big question everyone's asking.
I don't actually know because it either went into sealed collection tins, which remain sealed, and therefore I don't know what's in them, and some of it was paid by QR codes to Oasis. So I don't know. I will ask them when they've collected the tins from me if they can let me know the total.
Okay, I think it was at least £100 in the auction. So
if anyone wants to donate, of course, you can go online to the Oasis website, Domestic Abuse Service in Kent, and make your donation directly.
Do not donate to Oasis the band.
No, not them. They're fine. They don't need any money.
Noel and Liam have got enough money as it is.
Yes.
Well, it was certainly fantastic weekend to see you chaps, to meet new friends, and to see old ones. Oh yes, we forgot to mention Darren. Thank you so much, Darren, for doing the quiz.
Jolly
really
good show on quiz.
It was really good. It was really good
That was
quiz.
the quiz that we won, wasn't it?
Sorry,
that was the quiz that me, Richard, and Dan won.
The Trekkies. The Trekkie. Let's Talk Trek. Between us, won everything that was.
Yep.
And look at what you could have had if you came.
Oh, we played blankety. Hang on a minute! Didn't someone win blankety blank?
Carl, it was me, James, and you, not Richard.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah, did someone win blankety blank though? Someone other than us won something.
Scott Turner won the blankety blank because I was hosting it, and the three of you were on the panel, so you couldn't participate as contestants. So none of us could have won it.
So who won it?
Scott Turner, who used to run Sci-Fi by the Sea.
And what did he win?
He went through, as you may remember, to the Supermatch game after three nail-biting tie-break questions. And he correctly got the Supermatch and won the Riker's Beard loofah.
Of course he did, yeah.
He narrowly missed out on what was the second prize was the Riker's Beard Nerf gun, and the second prize was, where is it? It was this, the Riker's Beard John Barrowman CD.
Compact disc player.
Yeah. This blankety blank was terribly good fun. I enjoyed that.
Yes, absolutely. There were some strange answers put forth.
It really was the most fun I had in a long time that evening, I have to say. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just hope everyone had as much fun as I did. I really did. It was fantastic.
Yes.
Indeed.
Much fun was had. I believe that's Christoph talking to Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel Adams. Terribly sorry, Daniel, but you actually lost a quiz. Unbelievable.
Oof.
Without cheating as well.
Can't wait to meet you, Judith.
Indeed. So, next on the horizon, are we allowed to talk about the next events?
Well, who's going to stop us?
Well, okay. So I'm not sure if I know it was announced at Destination Star Trek Germany, so I can sort of talk about it a little bit. There is talk that Jason, the organizer for Destination Star Trek, as obviously they're not doing Destination Star Trek anymore. Destination Star Trek is now officially a thing of the past. But he is looking to do hotel-based. Yeah, he's looking to do hotel-based conventions, very much, I imagine, in the spirit of the Sci-Fi Ball. And
a bit like RikerCon, Dan.
A bit like RikerCon, a bit like Star, but it's going to be, he said, to keep an eye out for some announcements in the upcoming weeks. So keep your eyes out on Facebook. Who knows? There might be some announcements soon.
Well, I was going to say, actually, as much as I enjoyed this weekend, it's made me feel a little bit sad because there's nothing on the horizon. You know what I mean? You know, there's now to kind of stick in my calendar and say, yep, I'm going to go to that. I'm going to see Dan. I'm going to see Carl. I'm going to see all the lovely people that watch the show. And I feel a bit sad about that. I really do. I like to have something to look forward to. So, yeah. Let's hope something pops up soon that we can all get together and yeah, that'd be lovely.
It's just a shame that we all, as a group of friends, live so far away. All from each other.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's also a testament to how well convention scene works. People from all over the country are now really good friends. So.
That's the point of Star Trek, isn't it? We're a global community.
Absolutely.
It's dual purpose, Richard.
Of course, Andrew is joining us from Malta, Crete, somewhere like that. This in the moment.
Cyprus, I believe.
Cyprus. I was going to get it eventually. We have people that watch the show from America and Venezuela and Mexico and.
Yeah, that's what it's a global community. I mean, this is the thing where people watch the show and we have the meetups, and if just one person turns up, if I'm honestly, I'm happy. But so many people came, and we all had such a good time. We filled the room, but it's a case of possibly, if we can all arrange a meetup at a bigger con that's more centralised, it'd be lovely just to see everyone that watches the show. Yeah.
I know. If we find where all those vets are that we met at the last destination, we could just go to their convention and hang out in the bar with them. They were fun.
I know, but you'd need that sharp stick to keep them away from me, James. It was all. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking. Sorry. We have people in. Let's have a look. Andrew says he's in Cyprus. Lester says he's in Malaysia.
And we've had people from Australia. We've had people from everywhere, which is wonderful. This is what we love.
Australia.
I haven't answered.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. Let's put another sausage on the barbie.
G'day. Well, there is that humongous Star Wars convention coming up in London, isn't there, next year?
So there's what?
There's a big Star Wars convention next year in London.
Oh, is that for the children?
Well, I thought it might be an interesting away mission. Day entry ticket.
You're going to up in your scant, Dan.
Uniforms, tricorders, the whole lot. We could invade.
Like the people who go to Renaissance fairs in Starfleet uniforms.
Do the whole Schrodinger's cat have stormtroopers shoot at red shirts and see what happens?
Alan, you say it's sold out. We have a way of getting in. Don't worry.
Do we?
Yes.
You want me to do my magic trick?
No, we have a press contact.
We have a legal way of getting in.
Yeah, I've got
my magic trick. It's never failed to impress. And to be fair, I didn't do it once on Saturday.
You tried.
You did try.
Did I?
Yes.
On who?
That's going to be talked about off air.
Okay.
Because of the restraining order.
Yes. Right.
And
that's
bail conditions.
I believe that's it for this week's show, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we've
only got 5 days to recharge for the next one.
Yes.
I think we need to all of us just say a massive thank you to everyone that came, and a massive sorry to everyone that couldn't come. Sorry about the rail strikes, etc. And a massive thank you to Gary. Massive thank you to James, to Darren for doing the quiz. You've got to remember that the kind of the whole hook for the show is the set that James built by himself, and designed and built. Massive thing. All of this wouldn't be possible really without him initially doing that sort of thing. It was a wonderful time, and thank you so much for everyone that came, and really sad for those of you that couldn't, because we all had such a wonderful time. We really did. I think everyone that came had a wonderful time, so it was great.
So anyway, from myself, from my 2 Gutenberg awards, which I'm keeping. Carl, do you have a Gutenberg?
No.
Neither do you.
He's anatomically correct.
Such a child.
Thank you for looking after Alan's awards, Dan.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
You're welcome, Daniel. You're most welcome. It's lovely to meet you, sir.
No problem, Victoria. Thank you.
Lovely to see you. Thank you.
Thank you,
The
Andrew.
Well said,
best,
Andrew.
the best, Andrew. But yeah.
Right. Thank you all.
Tatty bye.
Look after yourselves and each other.